Namaste, friends. Come and join me standing at the front of your mat. We stand about a foot back from the top, and I'll face you so you can see what's going on. The pinky edges of my feet are lined up with the outer hip bones. Now, there's other variations of standing in yoga that we could do. Today, let's keep it simple. My feet are also parallel to one another, or as I step back to the front of the mat, they're parallel with the long edges of the mat. What I'm trying to do in this place is find inner balance. We'll realize as we come to this pose that you're actually constantly moving when we find our balance. So we'll move the weight a little bit into the toes, back into the heels, over to the left, over to the right. Really, ultimately, what we're looking for is having the weight evenly distributed through all those places. What that is going to allow us to do is to stand up nice and tall, feeling energized, focused. It's a call to attention. And then what I'm looking for is to have alignment so that my ear, my shoulder, my hip, my knee, and my ankle are basically lined up. If I'm leaning too forward or too back or arching in any sort of crazy way, this is simply not an efficient way of using the body. It's actually gonna tire us out more quickly than if we use the body more efficiently. So let's find that neutral place. You can put a soft bend in the knees. And then super simple, like we did when we were sitting, we're gonna inhale through the nose, take the arms up and over your head. Now, as you exhale, bend the knees and try to breathe all the way down into a forward fold. Then when the inhale comes, we're gonna step back to plank, and we're gonna stay here, breathing out. Breathe here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend the knees, push your butt back, but look forward to the front of the mat. Breathe everything out, and then with as few steps as possible, step to the front of the mat. Parallel feet right where you started. Exhale out again, and then inhale, sweep the arms way up high to the sky, maybe even looking up. Exhale, hands down by your side. So what did we do there? Well, we took the breath and we coordinated it with our moving, and then when we hung out in plank pose, we allowed the breath to allow us to remain calm while hanging out in a pretty challenging pose. So we're gonna do that one more time, or 2 more times actually, to make sure that we really understand, or at least have a basic understanding of these concepts. So come back to your neutral place, and on your inhale, take the arms up and over your head. Exhale, hear the breath as you dive down, forward folding, knees are very bent. Inhale, stepping back to plank pose, and breathe here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, pull the hips back, look forward, and at the bottom of the breath, step 1, 2 to the front of the mat. Exhale out, all the way out, and then inhale, take the arms up and over the head. Exhale, hands down by our sides. I just want to mention, so that transition to the front of the mat, I'm kind of saying exhale twice. I want to draw attention to the fact that realistically, what we're trying to do is exhale all the way out and maybe even hold the breath out before we come all the way up to stand on the inhale. The reason being, if we're exhaled out completely, the belly is strong, which means the weight of the upper body is being supported by the abdominals rather than the lower back, which hurts. So really breathe all the air out right before you come up to make sure that you're super duper supported in the spine. Here we go, last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive it down, bend the knees. Step back to plank. Breathe out. 5. Don't collapse the hips. 4, slight lift. 3, 2, 1. Same setup, bend the knees, look forward, pull the hips back, bottom of the breath, step 1, 2, parallel feet, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, arms all the way up, and then exhale, hands down by your sides. So there you have it. That is our very modified variation of a sequence called Surya Namaskar A. And the tool of the breath is really, I like to think of it as like the thread that binds everything together. Without the breath, the seams start to fall apart. With the breath, we get stronger, more safely. It's just overall a win-win situation. So thank you for joining me, and let's come back to a seat and we'll talk a little bit more.